Alright, what's up, Go Enthusiasts? We are doing some more TSUMEGO. I don't have the last one because, yeah, I was gonna post one of these daily, but also I'm doing, like, I don't know, I should post one video daily. I'm doing more stuff than just doing TSUMEGO. I'm playing against the AI and occasionally posting some games I watch as well. So it doesn't seem possible to post everyone daily, and then also I sometimes am finding myself wanting to play like more than once, like do this TSUMEGO more than once a day, and so I'd like to be able to do that without necessarily like being recording myself, like, or maybe I'll record myself without necessarily posting it all the time. To tell you TSUMEGO. So anyway, I will do as much TSUMEGO as I want. You can't stop me. And I might not cover every single problem in all the books that I'm doing or whatever, but so be it. Okay, here we go. We have black to play. And try to capture this corner. Looks like we have to handle this part of the eye space primarily. This part, if you ever capture it, they can play all the Sente and get it under the suns. That's obvious, right? So it's very limited value to try to chase this part, usually. But the main source of value here should be how to handle this shape, right? So it's possible to exchange stuff over here that makes this shape better. Okay, so let's think about how to handle that shape. The most standard way is to play T18, then we get a 2-1 point, and when they go under, then they get super liberty shorted, which is what we want. So after T18 and T17, most obviously we can just push. After push and block and cut and capture this way, they have to capture. And we capture, which is Atari, and then we fix. So here, cut. If they play underneath, like this one, then we capture. If they cut, then they're alive. So we have to quickly get around to that. Okay, this is interesting. Because I see the way to win, but we can't quite get it immediately. Unless you flip the order. But you can't, so here, connect is going to be alive for white. So there. So what if we play T18 and then cut first, and then try to push? Then they can play just capture, right? And then they're super alive, okay. How do you force the good shape? Where we have both of these, and then we like are recapturing those 5 with Atari. It means we have to have another thing to aim at to get to there. What if we start here? So that when they descend and then we cut here, they have a harder time. So when we capture, they capture here, they recapture that way. We Atari, there. We have an eye, they're dead. Okay, that's working. So this one descend here. Yeah, they capture, we capture. Is there any other move for them? What if they like try to exchange this first at a critical moment there? That's kind of scary. There, 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 there. I just feel quite uncomfortable with this kind of shape, so I don't read it very confidently, which is something I should change, but it's hard. Yeah, it's tough because actually what I'm realizing now, if I do this, here, 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 then I can just Hane, and then my capture is capture back. And then, yeah, you can Atari and throw in and stuff. But you get the second eye. It's not working. So if you do this, then you have to go directly capture. Oh, but it does fill their liberties. Wait, so it's actually kind of potentially working. There, there. Okay, wait. That's working. Never mind. So S18, T17, cut, Atari, capture. It's dead. So, yeah, it's definitely dead after T17. So then we have to check S18, T18. So a reasonable way to try is R18, they connect, and then S19. And then they should play... Q19 is an obvious one. If they play here, then we could throw in to make it... no, they can just descend. If we play here, then it would just be Seki. So, okay, never mind. That's not enough. So S18, T18, it's kind of hard to get enough then. Maybe try S19 first directly. And then when they block, you just go capture them and you say they're dead. So they can't block. And if they come to this part... Like P18 then for them, right? Here, P18. And they're fine after that. Yeah, if you do that and then P18 is not good. So maybe you do have to exchange this once. P18 and then S18. And descend. Just to bully their shape to make a cow. Looks working, actually. No! Okay. I was lazy. To check things. Oh, you had to cut first and then do it like this. I see. My... Oh? Is Ko not enough? It seemed like Ko was going to be enough. Oh. My bad. Oh, you can actually do this and then kill it like that. Okay. I had a feeling it was like exchange this and then, yeah. Let's see what it says. I was close, but quite a bit lazy on the reading towards the end there. I already got myself in trouble on this one by checking a lot of bad moves. Embodies the essence of attack and defense in this critical structure. Yeah, players familiar with the shape don't want to do it, but it's actually critical. That's what he's saying. No, so it wasn't about making the Ko. It was about just breaking the eye shape that they can get if they connect. Black's method still requires some strategic thinking, is what he says. Yeah, and then this one is the key move, which says, hey, I cut or I short, either way, and it's gonna be bulky 5. Yeah, okay. Isn't this familiar too? We saw this one. I guarantee I did this one before. Whether I can do it again is another story. No. This is the one where we had to go down all the way at some point, right? I was checking out this variation. We did this on purpose, and we had to go down first, right? Or down at some critical moment. Yeah, I had to be down first. And then... Yeah, this is just remembering, by the way. This is not reading. But now it's reading. I'm reading to solve it. So when I play there, and they play there, why is my brain not working on something that I've already done? That doesn't make sense. There, there, there. Clearly, it's like that. Excuse me. I mean, obviously it's this move, right? But after that and here, this is the tricky part, I guess, where you have to find a way to meaningfully use the shortage. Not really. What's going to happen is they're going to use this move. And so that's why you have to be a little tricky at this moment. Yeah, we have to fill this liberty first, right? No? I think that one is working. Here, here, and then here. Then they cannot do that because it's... Oh, it's not salvatore. Sorry. Yeah, so here you had to recapture. This is what's actually happening. You do this one, they're going to fill the outside, and then you get to capture. And then after this, there will still be something. So if we cut now... it seems like ko, but there's double ko. I see. That's the proper way. We saw this one before. This doesn't count. But I even still failed, actually. At the end here, yeah, it's the critical moment where I'm reading. Obviously, 9-10 is just good exchange, but the critical moment where I'm reading this part, I failed to see 13 as possibly being working. But it can. If to make a ko can still work if there's another ko available, which there was. See, yeah. Isn't this also a recap? I think the first one was recap as well, but it was just like a recap from a longer time ago, so I forgot. But this one's definitely recap, right? This looks like the one where you had to go up again. No, okay, I didn't actually pay attention. Ah, you had to exchange this first and then use it. Oops, sorry. Here we made a ko, okay. Ah. Maybe it wasn't quite recap. Maybe it was just, this one is just similar to the other. But I know about this. Alright, I didn't read that at all. This one is definitely recap. I'm sure about that. Yeah, we definitely did this one before. But this is recap from like a year ago or something, months and months ago. So it's still gonna be difficult, these, because I forgot. Aww. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one I actually solved back when I did it for the first time. But I think there's very little chance I'll solve it now. Oh dear. So it was definitely something where eventually you use this one and you short. But exactly how that happened, I forgot. But we're like holding this over them and holding the other thing over them. Like somehow we start with push and then here or something. Push and here. Where if they connect, then we can just connect. They're easily dead. They have to play this one. And then when we play here and they play here, then we can throw in and play there, but they're alive. So push and here, and they do this one, and we do this one, right? So then if they play there, then we play here, here, wait. Sorry. Push here, 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 here. Just simply throw in there. Yeah, throw in if they play there, then this, and if there, then here. And they have to answer? No, that's not working. Oh, no, you have to do this one and then here if it goes like that. Right. Push here, here. Here, 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 here. If they play here, then you play here. Wait, if they play here, you play here, they play here. It's not quite working. I know that the answer isn't there, but it's still hard to see. So like throw in first to cause a greater shortage over here. I know it had something to do with this stuff, but it wasn't here. It was like throw in first, and then you use this one, and then you do this. Okay, then it's clear. Okay, there we go. Push and here, yeah. And then the key was to throw in to short using the diagonal outside that you have. The diagonal outside should have been key to recognize the throw in is here, and then this one is also. Yeah. You have to exchange this 7 before you give up the 3 stones. Now if we... Yeah. This one takes our own liberty, but it does not change the white liberty situation with respect to the cut here. That's why it's not relevant. And then we do it because it changes the I situation, not the cut situation, or the liberty situation. Okay, that's clear enough. Maybe this whole 6th chapter is recap, and I didn't even notice because it was recapping the ones that it did way long ago at the start. It's possible. Because this also looks familiar. Looks familiar and yet impossible. I can't find a way that I can possibly imagine this working. Because if you play here, they play here, it's just solidly alive. It's super solid. So this I shape seems extremely important. But you can't take that directly, I think. Because then they're just gonna descend or hane. Both of which seem working. So if I turn and they fall back and then jump there, and they go to that side and you go there. Okay, the turn is the most threatening, but then this one can still happen. Wait, am I foolish? I don't see anything actually. I'm not foolish, and I don't see literally any way to try to reduce this from this side and mix it with the liberty shortage that could ever be effective. I know that there's liberty shortage on this whole thing that's going to help the reduction here to be more than just block and he gets the eyes. But what that could possibly be, I am missing. Oh, maybe you use this one and then here and then here. Oh, wait. Not that easy, because they could just play that one. Right. I was hoping I could reduce. But maybe I still can if I start with... No, it's not working. You have to exchange that first and then play. Sorry, not like that. But this one is not enough. Wait, but here... Oh, it's so close. No, this is my... the move I thought of first. But it didn't work. I swear it doesn't. There's throw-in now. Oh, or a potential throw-in now. So you use it in like that. It's so close. You have to use it this way. Holy cow, what is even going on? This one I'm not close to getting. I also didn't know anything to do here. This is the real problem for me. What? There's a shortage that way. You can retarget those by reducing here first. And then when you target this part, they cannot fill any liberty. Are you serious? Wow. Wow. So they're so tight that they have to get themselves squeezed again and then die. Wow. That's so serious. You can exchange this too. It's going to be also working, but this is the general thing to aim for. Yeah, that was the harder one for me. And then this one I didn't even think about. Probably if I thought about it, I would like read it. I don't think it's that difficult to read this kind of sequence. But I would definitely think of other moves instead of 5 here first. So I need to fix that. So there's some way to think of 5 first rather than to think of these other moves. Oh, this is failure, yeah, because you cannot play inside. So the reason why we have to churn... What is that reason? The reason why is that if you try to do it this stuff first, you can still get to there, but you can't get the last one because your other move is... It's not exactly filling your liberty, but it's restricting somehow. It like changes the way that he can save himself, right? So this way he can't easily save himself like that. We wouldn't exchange this now. We're going to do that. Wow. So actually it's kind of like... Doing this hurts your liberty situation over there. It hurts your freedom. Because the way that they save, they cannot save this way now. But when you exchange any other move, then they can save like that. So this is the one where you say, I'm using the thorn. And the thorn will be max strong. Yeah. Or they can actually just save it this way, right? I don't think it's complicated. Yeah. Basic way. Okay. Yeah, I remember this one too. You have to exchange this and then go here, right? I think that's the correct order. Yeah, this one was one of my easiest ones for this whole set. Because this has to do with the Mii thing on the first line of whether you're going to push or throw in. And it's very clear that you need to use the throw in stuff for the cut, and then it just works. Okay. This one I do not remember nearly as well. If you just push and cut here, then they can Atari this side, and then you extend. They play here, and you have to like give up and then reduce this part. Is it possible? It is. So if you Atari here and then they answer, then you could play this one, and then they're actually going to be dead, which is crazy. The problem is, instead of playing this one, or sorry, instead of answering you here, they're going to suddenly switch back, right? Yeah, they'll play here. They'll play here. They'll play connect. And then when you capture, then obviously they make the second eye, and if you go here, then they go in here. So the trick is like something crazy. I don't even know how you could possibly trick that. Must have nothing to do with it, really. No, it can't. He has too much space. There's no way you can have nothing to do. Can you? Maybe you can. Maybe you can start here. Insane. Oh, maybe you can do this and here, and then quickly, before you like let them change the space. So if they block here, then you play here directly. Right? Then you didn't exchange something bad. So if you do it like that and then they play here, then you can cut. And they didn't get a chance to do that, so you can sente. So here, 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 and then here. Looks clean. Yeah, Ko, right? You can do better than Ko? Serious? Ah, I didn't even try, but it's working. I didn't even think about trying. Wait, you can do it this way too. Wait. Serious? That's not good enough? Wait. How is it not good enough? I'm sure here is so strong, right? Okay, you can't go in, but like this must be so good. There's no way you have to go in here first. It's actually better. Wait, why is he doing it that way? In this case, it's gonna work now, right? He's shorted himself, so he can never Atari there. It doesn't make any sense to play 8. You did... You can do it this way? I thought here it's like super not working. You can go here. Serious? No. Here. Why is this not super not working? Here? Wow. That's not working. No. It has to be this and then here, and then you give up 2 stones. 2 stone capture is not as good. Ah, man. Holy cow. I didn't even really look at this one, because I thought it's like completely insane. Yeah, here, any move to just save, and then... Wow. This one can be wrong, because it's only Ko this way. And you can get more than Ko with this. Okay. I see you. Cool problem. This was the vital point. It was super hard vital point because of this shape going on over here, where you can like short them on the cut, on the final cut. Yeah. So it's an elven clamp, which they cannot. But wow. This one I remember as having something to do with this throw-in. I don't know though. It seems like this is the proper way again, but I was wrong again about that intuition. Because you can make another eye over here, so that's just clearly not effective. But it seems like this one should be the way. I have no idea. Oh, you had to use this one in this case. Okay, my remembering was completely wrong. Betrayed me. Wow, what is going on? We use this one to get rid of the eye shape there. And here if you Ataris, then we can Atari this way, right? Yeah, this is the point. So now this is only one eye shape and this is only 0 eye shape. So you cannot Atari there. Wow, okay, that was really important. That was really important. So the most important thing was recognizing after here, that this is the shape that's 0 eyes in the center. Then once you see that, you're like, oh, well, I just have to get rid of this and then to use this shape. And then once you see this part, you're like, oh, if I go down, then actually I cannot short the liberties of that. So I have to focus on this part. And fortunately, because they can never come back and that's never valuable, you can short the liberties of this part enough. So, okay, good problem. It had to do with investigating the center thing, not the randomly throwing in without a clue. Randomly throwing in was just not working at all. The other way was making ko, I think, if you tried to use it. But you should, like, ask for more, of course. Why not? This must have to do with this one. But what is the trick? Because there's always something special, right? When he Hanes, that's Gote, right? Let me check and make sure. I believe it's Gote. Yeah. If here and connect, and you just go underneath like this, that's a bad idea, probably. But you can continue to push. I guess you would get a target first, and then this, and then it's clear that they're alive. So we should use the shortage. So after here, and here, and then connect, and then push, then it would be bad, so he has to block, and then we use this one most of the time. But maybe we would also sometimes use this one, so it's possible to hold out. But probably we should use it. And then play like here. We can easily make a ko that way. What is that kind of ko? We're gonna connect back, they're gonna play there. We're gonna Atari. There's double ko alive for white. So that means you cannot fight double ko and you have to fight the one stepper. Can you even? Yeah, you can. So it's a one step ko. Instead of S19 or S18, which led to, which one was it that I was reading? Sorry. I was reading S19 and then the S17 shape. So what if we try the S18 shape instead? And they play S17 and we play connect. And then they use the fact that we are tight, but we aren't tight over here. We can do, he can Atari here if he only has one liberty to do it. So he needs to throw in and play this one. And then we need to fill a liberty from this side. But he can get an extra liberty. If we just answer on this part, then they'll Atari, and they'll have the 2 liberties, so they'll be alive. Wow, wow, wow. So you have to do this, and then immediately here, and then go back. Is that right? Yeah, it is right. Wow, he did something entirely different here. I didn't even read it for some reason. This is actually a good move. I just didn't read it. But what? I don't really understand. Oh, you want this one so that it will have to go like this. I see. The Atari here is usually forced for these situations. And then this is what they wanted, except we can do this way. But it's not quite right. So here, and they get this. You can make this kind of situation. So this is why they have that weird shape over here. You can Hane do that, give them the 12 in Sente, and say, as long as you expand your liberties none, then I win. And then cover and say you expand your liberties none here. And it's this ko that they that they want here. Wow, this ko is crazy. Wow. This ko means if white wins, white connects here, and then black fights the ko again. And then if white wins that one, then they play there. So it's like one step ko, where black would get to play the outside in Sente, in a case where it works. Wow. Crazy ko. But the most important thing was here was just a side variation because of this being strong, which I didn't respect. I didn't read this properly at all. And then here, I should have read this. This is an easy read for me if I see two, but I wasn't home at the moment. Yeah, I had some very stupid misreading. This, why is this very stupid, you might ask? Well, here, they're easily going to start this one, and here, and then make the 2 eyes. Everybody knows about that throw-in at my level, so it's not... Yeah. It's not an acceptable mistake to just miss it. It's just laziness. My bad. I remember this one. For some reason, you had to Hane first and then do that. And I remember asking my study group, why the hell is this ever correct? Why do we do it? And they couldn't give me a straight answer. At least not an answer I understood. They just said sometimes it's the move. But that's not acceptable. I need to know when. When is that the right thing and why? And I don't know. I don't get it. So in this case, somehow it's working, I guess. Not like this. Oops. Unless I can short their liberties somehow immediately. This is not. Oops. But I know it's like this. You had to exchange this first. Right. Of course you always give up 2 stuns. Giving up 2 stuns, that's not the hard part. That's just me being dumb. Of course you give up 2 stuns, but... This part, I don't understand why that is better than this one. Here. Now we get to capture that, I guess. That's, better. So here we're not making the bad exchanges that give him another eye. But, mostly it's that they're underneath is, really bad shape here for them, I guess. Completely ineffective. Because if they go here, we're still planning on using similar stuff in general, right? So the point here is throw in there is completely irrelevant. The fact that this bad exchange is still clearly working. So the 2 move is a really bad answer for white. And in the case where 2 move is a really bad answer, then you can play this one. Or you can play here to force the 2, rather than get a... you use it to make it? Oh, I see. You use it to make it so that after the block you have more momentum. That's why we're doing it. So if this one, they're going to ignore that part, then you can exchange this to make it so that this part, you give a bad exchange, you have worse shape there, but it's not ignorable, and therefore you have tempo to go over here and I see. So this is a gambit for tempo. That's why we ever play Hane and Knip. Okay. That makes so much more sense. Finally, I understand this one. We were trying to get tempo. We were gambiting a bad exchange in order to get tempo, in order to do it. All right. That's really good, because that one frustrated me a lot when I was, failing it the first time. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't remember this one much at all. There. I don't know. I'm tempted to just look at the answer. It seems like there could be something here, but it's very hard to find what actual thing can be here. I think it's still not working, right? Or it is just barely, I see. There we go. Okay. I didn't remember this one at all, but maybe my intuition remembered. So here you would do it this way to target the other thing. There was so much reading to be done, but I didn't do any of it, to be honest. I just was like, okay, let's use the shortages. Like, obviously, when you have the diagonal thing here, then you're collecting on that shortage. Here, it's not an I shape here. So I think the key was like here. This is the actual hardest variation now. But it's still not that hard because they're not going to get an I over here. So it's just doomed. There's just not that much for white to do, I guess. They can only say that they're okay and not actually be okay. Okay. This is the one that we throw in, right? Something like this. Oh, but maybe it wasn't here. It was supposed to be 3 at 4. No, it seems fine, right? Ah, good move. So if they would have answered in any part here, then I could do that and break the thing. But this one is trying to prevent that. Still. So if I play here and they answer, it's not going to be good. And if they go there, it's not going to be good. Okay, it was still working. So it was killable from that. This is one where we're like combining those weaknesses with the thing here. This is one where this one is not... it's the same kind of shape, but it's not as relevant to make it so that... After that shape, you want this shape, not the other thing. You don't want it, and you don't want to throw in, so it's... Yeah. Okay. I think that's actually a similar genre to that other problem. Very, very similar problem, but just totally different way to handle the similar kind of thing. I have no idea about this. This doesn't look very familiar. And it looks very hard. There's so much space. There's so many liberties. Very tough to organize a proper trick. Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. There's so many outside liberties. I have literally no chance, I think, to make something happen. This can't be right because we have to use the diagonals as our threats, but like, if you come in here, you can't do that one, and you can't do that one, and therefore I have no idea how to do it. Like, I know both of those don't work. I can read that, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't find another candidate move with this. That's very serious, but maybe there is one. So you can suddenly go back to 3, and then say 1 is at the vital point. Is it making sense? Not really, but... sorry, you have to... What? Wait. There's no way you can do it that way. No, I have no idea, but what you could possibly do after this. Here? This is clearly working for white. Like, what do you want from me? This must just be like halfway through a variation or something. Yeah, I don't know. You push here first. Okay, well then what's the point now? I don't... You still want to hold that? Okay. Oh, once we get that, then we can go back here and make a similar thing. Oh, sorry, we have to exchange this and then go here. And now we can finally short their liberties. Jesus Christ, man. We have to get that first, and then we can get this, and then we can get... Oh my gosh. You know, it was actually kind of close to what I was thinking about. But I just had no idea how to give them the trouble of, like, you don't know how to respond to my move. The problem is I didn't realize that this kind of push can be answered here later for I-shape. That's the key moment. So recognizing that this one, when it gets blocked, it leaves the cut behind, which is not good I-shape with a critical thing inside, makes this one valuable, makes all these... It's like a chain reaction of stuff. It makes a lot of sense when I think about, I want this one, but I want to improve it. And the problem with all my variations is when I push here, he won't play here. Right? Well, also the problem is like, what the hell do I do now? Okay, here we can short those. Oh, so push here is not taking my liberty away. And also we can cut here. Wow. Yeah, it means that there's gonna be a shortage here. This one, this way. Wow. Yeah, this is not that hard, actually. But you do have to recognize push first. And then you have to recognize, like, okay, let's play this seriously. Obviously, giving up the 2 stones is the effective way. Like, it's actually a very basic problem. Once you see 1, 2, 3, and then once you see the answer there, now this is basic. That's a really kind of a bad answer because it leaves so many liberty problems. This is the better answer, I think, where they're like making the maximum space and trying to say, you can't approach me, you can't approach me. The problem is you definitely can't approach them, and it's just not, actually it's just not that much space. That's the key here. Okay, what I'm going to take away, this kind of problem, if there's just not that much space, right, then the main key will be to build something inside, which which you can give to them. And then if they try to say, I'll get enough space, then you hit them with the liberty thing. Okay. So this is a space versus liberties. Most of the time it's I shape versus liberties, but I space versus liberties. I space versus liberty. Duo problems. Liberty shortage. Duo problems. Exists in the center over small I space. In the center over questionably large I space. Over questionable small I space. Okay. Let's go next. I don't know this. I don't remember this one. Doesn't look like it's familiar with that. Am I supposed to push here first? Seems like the only reasonable move. Okay, they choose 2 as their way. There. 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 there, 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 there. Not quite working the way I thought it was going to. Can you just go down? Wow. Wait, seriously? Wait, that's kind of sick. No, it's capturable on the other side. I see. There, 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 there. Okay. That's not great. That's too much. Okay. I know there's something here now, but I can't actually see it. Darn. I'm 100% sure. It was that one. What? What are we aiming at? What are we aiming at? Can't be that way. No? I thought that was actually working. No. It seems like we want to use both of the both directions, but this is not working because of T13. Oh, now you can do this one. I see. And now you have to make this ko. Okay. This ko is a step ko for white, so white can play there to make it a direct ko. But white can also tanuki. It's slightly favorable to white. Wow, here I did think about doing this, but I didn't realize you have to collapse this shape because you can't go. Wow. So the key is to collapse this shape just so that we can squeeze the other shape when they left so many cutting points behind. Ah. Okay. Great problem. Actually, great. Great problem. Fantastic. I didn't know this T10 can be used just to collapse their shape, just to make it smaller when you have a problem that they're going to be able to get this space sometimes. Wow. Great problem. You can use it just to make it smaller when you really just need to make them smaller. Wow, incredible. Okay, we have just two more, so we're going to finish it off on the recapping. So we have the famous diagonal trap here, and then there's so many liberty shortages and so many cuts and so much space. But this is definitely the I space and then liberty duo, right? So it should be another one where we have to figure out like our weirdo push or something that they could go and take I shape for us. Like this push is tempting. Push and cut and here. It's clearly alive. But there might be a fix to that, right? Like, Ah, they have one asset liberty altogether. Darn. That's that makes this one in here not work. But maybe this one can be effective. No, it's one asset liberty. Darn, man. I don't know. I'll just check. So here, I thought there's nothing now. My reading was maybe too hasty. You have to like, I don't know what you can possibly do from now. Why is he giving you that? Why is he not capturing? I thought capture here was just clean alive. What did I miss? Sorry. Okay, it isn't like that. It's like this. Ah. I totally missed this move. I couldn't find that move ever. After that, I can see how this is very, very threatening. Here we have a ko. But wow, a complete miss here. I couldn't see this move. After this one, then we have a bulky 5 over here, which we're breaking basically in Sente, and then we're breaking the thing. Yeah, it's making sense. But here, attach this way. This one is very strong because we're aiming at our connection and aiming at our cuts, and all of it is like effective. But like, wow. It's mostly strong because we're breaking the cuts over here. Like, that's the main reason why. So you want to play a move over here after this to assist this part, but also these cuts matter, and you can like combine them. Combine everything together here. Okay. So just this move I need to see. It's not working right away because then they just go here and there's nothing helpful. But here and then here, now there's something very, 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 very helpful because you have the thing to give you an Atari. Wow. So it's just like when you're handling this kind of stone, it's not just Hanes and cuts that are effective. Yeah, here I thought this is clean alive this way, but apparently he's going to tell me it's clean alive this way as well. So yeah, that's enough. I think it's also clean alive this way, but it's not because of this Atari. And then what I thought I could do is go back to capture this now, right? But I cannot because he can go here, and then I cannot capture the one stone. That was also my misreading. Okay, I see. So that's why you must trigger this one first, not the other way. I see. You must get to exactly this kind of shape that you're looking for. Alright. Good problem. One more. And then we're done with the whole book. Okay, I've checked a lot of irrelevant things just now. That was not a great read session that just sounded needed. Very bad, in fact. I think many people would say. Oh dear. Okay, so let's say I use this one. Then if they play here, then I could play this way, right? And then they should be dead. Ah, they can play this one. And then they're safe. Okay, so it's not this one, it's here. Ah, but same thing. So we have to be careful about how we're handling that. I see. Yeah, I don't know, because this is not short of liberties. Only this part is short of liberties. So only this part is my target. But it's hard to target it properly. Oh, you can attach here first. I see. After attach, if they hunted, then you can use the side over here strongly. So this is now going to make something exist where there was not much existing. And then the precise way to use the something that exists is not easy still. But what if I just connect? They're going to fill in. It's not working. What if I play here? Yeah, I can only find this co. Okay, it was working. So here, and then attach here. I've suddenly found it. And then I knew that that meant that this is working, but then I did not know about after 2. I should play 3, and then if they back off, obviously it's working. And if they do this one, then obviously you have some strength going on over here. We're going to be using the cuts like this. It's already just co, so yeah, okay. Clear that we should be making a co here. If you just go down, it's not working, so you have to make the co. Yeah. Okay, good problem, good problem. I solved half of it. Missed the other half. Oh, and that was the last problem. Nice. We have solved Choyu's book. Hooray! All the way through the book. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm curious what the titles, by the way, are. Can I just try to translate this? It seems like Chapter 6 is review, but I'm curious what the other titles are. Okay, so he says, the translation I just got is, Chapter 1 is practical, where there was 0. Chapter 2 is sector-shaped. Chapter 3 is selected. Chapter 4 is challenging. Chapter 5 is text-based problems. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And then Chapter 6 is supplementary. It did seem like the last one was not a repeat. I'm going to go look through, so that it was that shit. But perhaps there were some repeats there. Let's see. So none of these are the last problem. Maybe the last problem is sector? Was from the beginning. You can see the first problem of today was here. But yeah, not all of those are repeated. Yeah, this one was repeated. This one was repeated, so you can remember that. This one is repeated today. Here. Yeah, a few of these were repeats. But all the most easy and understandable ones were not repeated. What's up with that, man? Only the very, very challenging ones. Ah, this was a similar problem. So this is, I think this is the one that we did before. And it ends up with a similar result there. You exchange the 1, 2, 3, and then you go. What were we supposed to do here now? I don't think it's dead. So it's just co, like this. Oh, it's dead this way. No, it's dead, it's dead. So this is very similar to that last thing. But those supplements were like not repeats, they were like partially different. Like the last problem was not there. Yeah. The final supplementary problem was totally new here. Man, I was so close too. If it just gave me the other answer, I would have gotten it. Darn. Oh, you can't do that. You have to cut first. No? No. Oh, you have to use this first. That was the difficulty here. You have to use that first, and then you can co. But you had to exchange it somehow first to make it healthy. By the way, what was it? Why did it tell us that we can play this one too? That doesn't make sense to me. There's also going to be a co here. Wow. That was also an under distance co. Okay. Sick. Sick. So not all of these were repeats. Sometimes it was just repeats of the idea. But this one is a direct repeat. And like a couple of them were direct repeats for sure. But this was instructive. I feel like I learned something today. How to approach these problems. How to feel comfortable with these monsters. the whole thing was all 5 dan plus. 5 dan or greater. And like the only couple 5 dan problems were ones I already like knew from before, just repeats. The 5 dan, all the new ones were all 5 dan plus or 6. That's crazy, man. 5 dan 101 is really hard. So no wonder I struggled today, but I did learn at least, so that was good. All right. Thank you all for watching. That was fun. We're gonna do a new book next time, maybe, or like, yeah, something. If you have some suggestion for me for next time, then please write in the comments any collection of TSUMEGO I should do, or place I should do TSUMEGO, something like that. I would much appreciate any suggestions. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye-bye.